Well, it's good to be back, I suppose. I suppose it's good to be back. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. This is Herman Scuttle, broadcasting live from Wormwood Scrubs Prison in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. We're basically a news show. If you've never caught the broadcast before, I like to consider it a news show. You'll probably form your own opinion if you watch it long enough, but I like to say it's a news show. And with that in mind, I'm going to give you 3 stories that I just took off the wire. Breaking news. A thief who stole a sword from the statue of a Revolutionary War hero returned the sword to the Westfield, Massachusetts Historical Commission. The thief said he was drunk when he made the theft back in 1980. But he said he's learned that the pen is mightier than the sword. He says pens are much easier to write with. Also in the news, breaking news, a Kentucky man named Timothy Browning has an unusual method for clearing snow from his driveway. He uses a flamethrower. He also uses his flamethrower as a soldering iron, a hair dryer, and to caramelize his creme brulee. And finally in the news, the owner of a cafe in Bath, England, attached a sausage to a weather balloon. He was trying to send a sausage into space, but the weather balloon crash-landed shortly after takeoff. For his next stunt, the cafe owner made a sausage roll by pushing it down a hill. Yes. Now, let me tell you this. Pay attention. This is serious business. My medical professional took me off of my medication. I had been prescribed lithium for many, many years, but my medical professional determined that lithium was affecting my kidneys. So I was told to wean myself off of lithium. I said, I don't wean anything. I went cold turkey off of lithium. Now, since I've been off that drug, lithium, drug, whatever you want to call it, salt. What is lithium? It's a salt. It's something for manic depressive people such as myself. Anyway, I'm not on it anymore. I went cold turkey off of lithium, and now I sleep much better. Can you believe that? I sleep much better, although I still get up every hour to pee, but my dreams are deep and vivid. Yeah, that hasn't happened in a long time. Deep, vivid dreams now. And the principal characters in my dreams are obscure acquaintances who have been dead a long time. Like my old milkman from the Crescent Creamery who used to deliver the milk with a .38 pistol on his hip. I also dream about born-again Dominic from Wacona Heights and his drunken wife, Fritz. And I have dreams about my German grandmother who forced me to drink her rock and rye. Ugh. And then I have dreams, deep, vivid dreams these are. Since I've been off lithium, yeah. Deep, vivid dreams also include Jack Vack, the postmaster, who always wanted to fire me when I worked at the post office. I was a mailman. always tried to get me fired, but the union always stepped in and saved me. Yeah. I have deep dreams these days about Joanne, the folk singer, who used to let me massage her back after her shows at Latch's Lounge. Dreams. Oh, dreams. Dreams I have now about long-winded Jill. She was a poet, used to perform at the Whitney in Pittsfield, and she always liked to pinch my cheeks. All of my cheeks. I have deep dreams about Golda Meir. You can look up that name. Maybe you don't remember that name, but Golda Meir is in my dreams, and we're sitting at a table in T.O.'s restaurant eating hot dogs together. And excuse me, but T.O.'s does not serve kosher hot dogs. But these are dreams. And I have deep dreams about Two Bucks Jake from North Street in Pittsfield. He always hustled me with the same old line. Give me $2, no more, no less. Give me $2, no more, no less. But they're all gone. They're all long dead, all of these characters, but they all are showing up in my deep, vivid dreams now that I've gone cold turkey off of lithium. Look how nice I turned out. Well, I'll tell you, last night, and I don't always remember these dreams, but I do remember last night's dream, and it was about that guy I just told you about, born-again Dominic. He showed up in last night's dream, and he was showing off his custom 1966 Mustang pickup truck. Oh, well. And he said he was leaving his drunken wife, Fritz. He wanted to know, in my dream, if I wanted to come with him on a long ride to nowhere. I said, oh, yeah, Dominic, I'll go with you, but wait a second, I got to get up to pee. And that was in the dream. But in real life, I really got up out of the bed last night and did a real pee. But then when I went back to bed, different dream, but a good dream. And it was, well, it was lots of great colors and smells, but nothing in the details of the dream was saved. That's okay. I'm getting, look, the main thing is that I'm getting regular rest, good REM sleep, and that gets me prepared for long waking hours of ordinary misery. And don't worry about it. I still love my life. Ordinary misery every day in the prison. I love my life. Hey, how about a song? Now, I wrote this song just before going to bed last night, and I wrote it just for you. I woke up this morning, that was my first mistake. I woke up this morning, that was my first mistake. If I died in my sleep, that would have been a better mistake to make. Well, I loved a few women, I even married one time. I said I loved a few women, I even married one time. And Any one of them will tell you my mojo ain't worth a dime. I said, come on in my kitchen. I got coffee and buttered buns. I said, come on in my kitchen. I got coffee and buttered buns. I got blues on my menu. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. Well, I woke up this morning. That was my first mistake. I woke up this morning. That was my first mistake. If I died in my sleep, that would have been a better mistake to make. Well, I hope that light and lilting song entertained you, because I wrote it just for you. Now, you know what time it is? It's time. Let me check if it's time. Hey, Captain Backfish, is it time? I mean, this is a good time for you. Captain Backfish. He's one of my fellow prisoners here. He's a little old, he's a little feeble, but he's my guy, okay? Hey, Captain Backfish, I think this would be a good time for you, all right? I'm gonna go get him. He's a little unsettled over there. I'm gonna go get Captain Backfish. I'll be right back. Hey, Captain, come on. Now, today is a very special day. Today is known as International or Else Day. It's International or Else Day. This is a day that is, well, it's a day when you issue threats to people who need to be threatened. For example, like, tell me your password, or else I'll smash your laptop with my crowbar. Or, turn down your music, or else I'll go crazy with my crowbar. Or, stay away from my wife, or I'll tell your husband, or else. And we know that your husband has that unforgiving crowbar. Yes, on International or Else Day, threats become promises, and consequences aren't pretty, especially when a big stick is involved. Some folks prefer a baseball bat. Some folks prefer a claw hammer. But when it becomes, well, look, when things get to a point where annoyances don't stop, they just stick around, and For me, I do business in those instances with a crowbar. Yeah. And nothing else. But only on International or Else Day. Otherwise, I do otherwise, or nothing at all. Captain Backfish, are you going to be okay? God, I mean, that was, well, it was lively and entertaining, but it was a little scary. I mean, did you have to say crowbar so many times? I apologize if that was a little rough, but he's old, he's feeble, and look, he's my guy. Now, look, I'm not going to make a big deal out of letters like I usually do. I tell you not to send me letters, you send them anyway, so I'm just going to open up this letter and read it, and so be it. To Herman Scuttle. As a dirtbag man in prison, you most assuredly have heard the term dead man walking. Dead man walking. Of course, in your particular slammer, that does not apply to anyone of your low-life community because Massachusetts does not recognize the death penalty. But you can consider yourself, Herman Scuttle, as good as dead, period. First of all, Herman, you are merely a petty criminal, clearly incapable of committing a capital crime. Actually, you are too stupid to be a really, really bad guy. He goes on. You are just an ignorant fool who landed behind bars because of your deplorable hygiene. And that's what you tell everybody, and my research shows that is factual. You allowed yourself to devolve into a broken down bum, a lazy, filthy hobo, a good-for-nothing slimeball, sleeping in gazebos and barns and garages and root cellars and porta potties. Your rap sheet at the police department includes multiple arrests for breaking and entering, purse snatching, raiding farmers' markets, calling 911 when you were constipated, public drunkenness, public nudity, and shouting, "Praise Lucifer," in a crowded church. You pretend to be homeless and penniless, Herman. Yet, when I hacked into your bank account, your balance was $857,000, 143 cents. 800, how did he know this? He hacked into $857,143.58. I didn't think anybody knew that. But forget all that, he says. Your worst offense was stealing my daughter's pink Royal Baby bicycle, training wheels and all. She is heartbroken and inconsolable. And as I understand it, Herman Scuttle, you ride that little bike through the hallways of the Wormwood Scrubs prison like Easy Rider. Well, mark my words, Herman Scuttle. I will show up at your slammer when you least expect it and spend the night in your cell with you. Yes, there is no death penalty in Massachusetts, but as of now, you are as good as dead. Walking, talking, stinking up the place. I will see you soon. Signed, Bruno Leopoldo Francesco Sammartino III. That's what he says. It's in print. It must be true. All right, look. I have a certain amount of liberty here at the prison. I've earned it. I have relatively good behavior. I break a few rules, but I only break rules here at the prison so that I can extend my stay. I like it here, okay? I've only got a 2-year sentence for bad hygiene in public, but I keep increasing my sentence by breaking rules here and there all the time. But I still have a certain degree of liberty. A couple of days a week, I'm allowed to walk in downtown Pittsfield. And the other day, I noticed on my walk in downtown Pittsfield that flags were at half-mast all over town. The police department, the fire department, the post office, the banks, the libraries, the Masons Lodge, all of them lowered their stars and stripes, presumably for some important person who suddenly became dead. Well, I was the most important person that I knew, but sadly I was still alive. So who died? I searched for clues. I walked up Wacona Street to the cemetery. No fresh grave sites. But where the brook runs alongside of the cemetery, I saw an American flag fully flying above, way up there above the brush and the thickets and the weeds, and campfire smoke too. Yes, I'm talking about the hobo jungle, the meeting place for luckless wanderers. But on that day, there was only one tent and one man. That man sat cross-legged at the campfire, looking very dilapidated, and he was staring directly into the flames. He said to me, "Got any money?" His eyes kept pinned on the fire. Well, I gave him $3. That's all the change I had. But I said to him, I said, "Hey, how about we take a walk and I buy you lunch with my debit card?" "No, you won't," he said. It was hard to figure this guy's age. He had a peach fuzz beard, bags under his red eyes, a crooked nose, and leathery cheeks. He had a pint of pop-off vodka in one hand and a cigarette in the other. I said, "Well, look, your flag here is the only flag in all of the town that's not at half-mast." "So what?" he said. "Well, I was wondering who died." He said, "My dog died on Thursday, old age, like that little fat guy from the Dodgers." Lasorda? Yeah, him. I walked back to the prison, got back inside, and I stared out the window. I could see the fire department's flag only halfway up the pole, waving in a January draft, waving like a flame, like a blaze for a special, lifeless somebody. That's it. And I'll leave you with this. There are a lot of reports of mountain lions in the Berkshires. Don't worry about it. A mountain lion is very shy, more afraid of you than you are of it. And remember, when a lion roars 3 times, it means the movie is about to start.